The real test of good manners is to be able to put up with bad manners pleasantly. Between what is said and not meant, and what is meant and not said, most of love is lost. When you love, you should not think. You can direct the course of love, for love, if it finds you worthy, directs your course. And think not you can direct the course of love, for love, if it finds you worthy, directs your course. In one drop of water are found all the secrets of all the oceans. In one aspect of you are found all the aspects of existence. The deeper that sorrow carves into your being, the more joy you can contain. Safeguarding the rights of others is the most noble and beautiful end of a human being. We are all prisoners, but some of us are in cells with windows and some without. There is a space between man's imagination and man's attainment that may only be traversed by his longing. Verily, the lust for comfort murders the passion of the soul, and then walks grinning in the funeral. Faith is an oasis in the heart, which will never be reached by the caravan of thinking. Words are timeless. You should utter them or write them with a knowledge of their timelessness. The teacher who is indeed wise does not bid you to enter the house of his wisdom, but rather leads you to the threshold of your mind. Of life's two chief prizes, beauty and truth, I found the first in a loving heart, and the second in a laborer's hand. I wash my hands of those who imagine chattering to be knowledge, silence to be ignorance, and affection to be art. When life does not find a singer to sing her heart, she produces a philosopher to speak her mind. Is not the beautiful moon that inspires poets the same moon which angers the silence of the sea with a terrible roar? There must be something strangely sacred in salt. It is in our tears and in the sea. The most pitiful among men is he who turns his dreams into silver and gold. Our anxiety does not come from thinking about the future, but from wanting to control it. If you love somebody, let them go, for if they return, they were always yours. If they don't, they never were. Out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls, the most massive characters are seared with scars. Ever has it been that love knows not its own depth until the hour of separation. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. And forget not that the earth delights to feel your bare feet in the winds, long to play with your hair. Tenderness and kindness are not signs of weakness and despair, but manifestations of strength and resolution. You give but little when you give of your possessions. It is when you give of yourself that you truly give. Generosity is giving more than you can, and pride is taking less than you need. Love one another, but make not a bond of love. Let it rather be a moving sea between the shores of your souls. I am ignorant of absolute truth. But I am humble before my ignorance, and therein lies my honor and my reward. The smallest act of kindness is worth more than the greatest intention. You may forget with whom you laughed, but you will never forget with whom you wept. They deem me mad because I will not sell my days for gold, and I deem them mad because they think my days have a price. When you reach the end of what you should know, you will be at the beginning of what you should sense. My loneliness was born when men praised my talkative faults and blamed my silent virtues. Travel and tell no one, live a true love story and tell no one. Live happily and tell no one, people ruin beautiful things. One's own religion is after all a matter between oneself and one's maker and no one else's. Half of what I say is meaningless, but I say it so that the other half may reach you. The optimist sees the rose and not its thorns. The pessimist stares at the thorns, oblivious to the rose. Between what is said and not meant, and what is meant and not said, most of love is lost.